When is this due, Holland?
Tomorrow.
Okay, and you want me to what?
Just look over it. I mean, you know all this stuff from doing your genealogy play, right? Just make sure it's all right.
I guess so. Well, what do you have to do with it?
Like a 10-minute presentation or such to talk about it.
Well, what are you gonna say?
I don't know, just like where and when people were born and stuff.
Okay, but what about the stories? I mean, that's what people really want to hear, is the stories. Like, who of these women do you think you're the most like?
Of them? I don't know, none of them. I'm just myself, I guess.
Okay, well, let's see. I really like this picture you've included of Grandma Giles. I mean, she looks so young and tall. She was actually really short, and she was so old by the time I was born. Oh, and I love this picture that she took from New York when she was coming in. I mean, what do you think they were talking about? Were they just, like, practicing their English or missing Holland?
What?
Holland, the Netherlands, where they were coming from?
Oh, right.
Do you like your name?
I did it when I was little, but I don't know. It's okay.
Well, what do you think they were talking about?
How should I know? They didn't even know how to speak English.
Well, what would you be talking about with your mom if you came to a new country from someplace far away?
I don't know. I mean, they came in, what, January? So probably just be complaining about how cold it is.
Maybe. Look at that.
What is the time?
No, what time is it?
Oh, half beef. 4:30.
Hold that left.
How are you doing?
No, how are you doing? How's your leg?
Fine. It's cold.
I don't see why we should have to stand here shivering. They had 2 weeks to sort all this out on the boat. I don't see why they couldn't have worked it all out before we had to wait in line all day.
English, Mama.
Oh, give it a rest, girl. My brain is too cold for that stupid language.
They probably couldn't see straight with all the storms and the rocking.
Oh, Elizabeth, don't remind me.
Lois now, Mama. I want you to call me Lois.
Well, I don't see why I should have to change the name I gave you.
I chose it while I was in the hospital. It's a new life here, a fresh start. Lois means faithful.
Well, you have been that, my girl. We have a long way to go still.
How long on the bus to Utah?
Your father said it took him 10 days, but we're going to stay here in New York with your Aunt Adrienne until I know that you're ready to travel.
I'm sorry, Mom. I know you're anxious to see Dina.
Dina can wait. I've waited 6 years. I can wait a few more days.
I'm so excited to see the baby. Seems so weird that Dina's a mama and Elder Steenblick is the father.
It's not Elder Steenblick. He hasn't been a missionary for 6 years. And I'm going to be a grandma. An American grandma. If we don't die waiting in this line. Do you want to sit down? My back is tired.
If I sit down, I don't think you'd be able to get me back up. The doctors say standing is best, but nothing's really comfortable. Do you think they're all right?
Who?
The Mueller kids.
Why shouldn't they be?
Only when they came to see me in the hospital last, they said they weren't getting on very well with their new nanny. Apparently she has a problem with them being Jewish.
Well, what was she expecting, a raise?
I don't know, they just said that she was giving them a hard time about it.
Well, that girl is a fool, and I hope the Muellers fire her. Imagine giving a hard time about your employer's religion. It's 1931, for goodness sake.
And they really are sweet kids. I'll miss them.
Well, like you said, that's all done. Here, it's a new life, and your Aunt Lois. I never thought I'd live to freeze my ass off in New York City.
Language, Mama.
Ah, well, I guess I better watch my mouth or they won't let me in. Apologies, President Hoover.
Not into Utah if the church learns you talk like that.
Well, pardon me, it's my rough orphan upbringing.
Oh, yes. Here we go again with the rough orphan upbringing. The nasty place with clean sheets and 3 meals a day and summer trips to the ocean.
And the nuns and the same food every day and 12 girls trying to share a wash tub and never a mother to love me.
Ah, my poor mama.
Ooh,
Mama.
don't think about it, just breathe. They only want strong, healthy Americans. I remember when I first arrived at the orphanage, they had to pry Hessel out of my arms, my baby brother. He had this blanket. It was the only thing we had left from Grandma Oma and Mama. And they said it had to be burned, but I grabbed it and I ran away.
How old were you?
Oh, 7, I think.
Do you remember much about your mama?
Not really. I remember watching her walk up and down with baby Niska, trying to get her to stop crying. Better now?
Yes, better.
Ah! Look! We're moving! Here we are, walking on our own 2 feet into America.
Now we are getting somewhere.
Well, a long way to go still.
A long way, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.